Oh, dude, so sorry for being late. I'm so excited.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's with the jersey?
Oh, we're talking about kickoff, right? Steelers, right?
No, Nick.
Oh.
It's a sales kickoff.
Oh, sales. You said SKO. I thought it was Steelers kickoff. All right, we'll talk about sales kickoff.
Yeah, you can keep the jersey on though.
Yeah, all right. Sales kickoff. So you got it all planned, dialed in. I mean, you've been working on it for a while, right?
I mean, we're in the middle of Q4, so I can't say I'm fully focused on it yet. This is, obviously trying to drive the biggest deal, biggest quarter in company history. So I'm not quite there on the planning.
Well, we got to make sure we plan it because that expense report is pretty darn big. Honestly, I always wonder, why do we even do sales kickoff? What's I know you're excited about. What's the value prop of sales kickoff?
Well, from the sales perspective, there's several things we're trying to accomplish. For me, first and foremost, it's the team has to come out of there just super excited and ready to run through a wall. Right? We're starting a year. They've got to be, just off the charts excited about our opportunity and everything that we're going to accomplish in the year. So
it's interesting because we are seeing a lot of companies, including the way we do it, bring customer success into that kickoff. And I think that first point of motivation, it couldn't be more important than customer success. I mean, customer success is a awesome job because you're changing your companies, but it's also a pretty challenging job. You got to deal with the fact that any churn is kind of looked at it as a loss on your record. You don't control everything. You don't control the product. You don't control sales expectations. So I kind of feel like for our CSMs and for a lot of our customer CSMs, sales kickoff is actually an opportunity for the CSM team to get motivated as well.
I agree. You could almost argue that they may even need more motivation.
Yeah,
right?
they don't have the club trip and
Exactly.
big commissions.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I've spoken, and actually some of our colleagues, Dan Steinman, Allison Pickens, we've spoken at a lot of kickoffs to CSM teams, and they get really fired up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, the other thing we typically are trying to do at a sales kickoff is, it's a great time to kind of sharpen the saw on skills. Whether on the sales side it might be, executive presence or negotiation, or there's all sorts of skills that we're trying to kind of use the fact that we're bringing everybody together to go help them kind of gain some new skills that'll prepare them for the rest of the year.
Super interesting, because I'm seeing the same thing with customer success, where a lot of CSM teams, including our own, are saying, look, CSM is a really broad area. You gotta be able to understand the product. You gotta be able to understand pricing, because you get involved sometimes in renewals. You have to do negotiations sometimes. You gotta be able to deal with challenging customers. You gotta deal with complex situations. You gotta negotiate internally and externally, both, right? So we're seeing a lot of companies bring sales trainers into CSM teams in SKO. They're bringing in negotiation trainers. They're teaching them how to write good email copy, how to do presentations. You got to do a lot of things as a CSM. It's nice to get everyone together and learn together.
Yeah, I can see the skills being kind of
really transferable and across.
Totally,
yeah.
Totally. Another big goal for me in sales kickoff this year and every year is, since you're bringing the whole team together, it's a great time to kind of, when you're putting new tools in place or new processes or kind of new ways of doing things, that's the time to kind of install that with the team. So we do a lot of that too.
That's super interesting. I've seen that with our sales team, try to change the way we do stages or use Salesforce and other tools. It's interesting because for CSM, I think it's the same thing. It's really hard to get change in companies. You get used to a process, get used to certain tools and technology, and what we find is a lot of times that SKO, that kickoff with CSM and sales, is a chance to kind of reset and say, okay, this is the way we're going to do things this year. This is the way we're going to handle an executive business review. This is the way we're going to deal with the sponsor change. This is a new platform we're going to set up. It's often great to get everyone together and get them excited about these changes, because changes are a big deal for people.
No doubt, and they have to kind of roll with the punches.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So, and then the thing I've always done in SKOs is it's also a great time to try and give access to the sales team to other parts of the organization that need to get in front of the sales team. So, for example, the product team usually wants to kind of go over the roadmap, so the sales team has visibility into what we're gonna build throughout the year, and marketing and service, et cetera. So kind of that cross-pollination is always been important in past.
Super interesting, because we're seeing CSM teams want to get in front of the sales team at the sales kickoff, right? To actually get up on stage and talk about a few things. I mean, one thing is CSM team learns so much about the use cases customers have, where they're succeeding, where they're failing, what to avoid, which customers are good fits. But also, how can the CSM team be an ally to the sales team? How do you get in front of that sales team and talk about the value prop of the CSM team, how to position customer success as a differentiator, how you can win more deals with CSM, when to bring CSMs into deals? I mean, I think most CSM teams want to be relevant to sales. They want to be a partner to sales. They want to be part of that victory, right? And SKO is a great way to get that started.
Couldn't agree more. I think it should really kind of one sales kickoff, sales and customer success kickoff is really the way that you want to do it.
I love it, yeah. And I know late at our kickoffs, the CSMs and salespeople are doing karaoke together. So you really get that blend of cultures and backgrounds all coming together to help drive success for our customers.
That's right. Great way to launch the year. And of course, the location also matters. So I was going to ask you about that. We're having a really good year here, so I was kind of shooting pretty high. I was thinking maybe Tahiti would be appropriate.
Tahiti might be our budget a few years from now. I found a pretty good deal, Courtyard by Marriott in Redwood City, California. What do you think? No?
Can
it's
you
a
compromise?
Nice courtyard. There's free breakfast.
Maybe we could compromise. Maybe Napa.
Napa sounds good. Let's do Napa. We'll bring our team out to Napa. Sales and customer success together.
Awesome.
Here's to great end of the year, and here's a great kickoff for next year. Thanks, everyone.